The Dream Team. The Home Ownership Dream Team. Tracy Conyers. Gregory Clark. Chantel Newman. Bridget Gilder. Raymond and Stacy Lewis. The Home Ownership Dream Team.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining the Home Ownership Dream Team again. We have Mr. Gregory Clark with us, Ms. Bridget Gilder, Ms. Tracy Conyers, Ms. Chantel Newman, and myself, Stacy Lewis and Raymond Lewis. And we want to thank y'all for joining us today. And we want to talk with y'all today about issues that we've been experiencing due to COVID-19. I know that this is something that probably has affected not just only Southeast Texas, but worldwide. And Raymond Lewis and I, we do credit repair. And we've noticed that during COVID-19, we've had a lot of clients that have experienced late payments. They've experienced, their money has depleted due to the fact of their job has gone away. Some of them are on furlough, and some of them just still on unemployment. They just don't have the income coming in like they used to. So what we've noticed, and we've tried to advise all of our clients, that if you have credit already, don't go and open any new credit. Because a lot of clients will say, well, let me go and get 2 more credit cards. That way I can live off them 2 credit cards because my other ones are maxed out. Not a good idea, because if you're not paying the ones that you already have, you can't pay the 2 new ones that you have.
Right.
So this is what we always tell our clients: call your creditors, call them, talk with them, find out and see what are my options.
Right.
Because there are always some options out there that you can have. The worst thing is not even talking to them and letting them know what's going on.
Okay.
If you call them, they don't answer, call back, because I experienced that. Clients call, I didn't get you, call me back. A lot of people know spam calls come through all day long. I can get 20 to 30 spam calls all day long.
Yes.
Some of them you answer, some of them you don't answer. If you do call, leave a message.
Yes.
But do call your creditors, do talk to them, find out and see what your options are. There are extensions out there. There are forbearance agreements out there. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about forbearance agreements. They're really tough. We've been having a lot of clients call us, they're going to file bankruptcy. So bankruptcy to me is like a subject that I try to stay away from, because I'm actually not in your household. I really don't know what your circumstances are. But my main thing is call your creditors, talk to them, find out and see. They've been doing COVID-19, they've been doing like a 3-month deferment. So that means after 3 months, a lot of them are putting those 3 months at the end of your contract on, even if you're getting, say for instance, you're getting your unemployment, you can't make a full payment, but just set that money to the side if you can. Just do not go and open any new credit. Just try to pay on what you have. Now the influx as far as the business of our clients that are already in credit repair, we've been seeing some of those that have been falling off because due to the fact of they can't afford the monthly payment. But the thing about it is, what we try to tell you guys, if all possible, call and get some information. Find out what you can do. Just find out what your options are, because that's the most important thing. Because once this is over with, which I'm claiming that it's temporarily, it will be over with, it's a whole lot harder to fix it later than if you walk through the process month by month by month. Also get you some discipline. If you don't have to go out, if you don't have to buy new shoes, if you don't have to buy new clothes, don't do that. Put that money to the side. Take care of your monthly expenses. We know you got your house note, your car note. You have to buy food, your light bill, your water bill. If you don't have to have cable, cut it off. Just cut it off. They have boxes.
Y'all can see us online. Y'all can watch.
I know that's right.
ways of getting this information out to you.
Yes, ma'am.
If it's not on cable, you do have Facebook. You can put it out there. But the most important thing is what we try to stress to our clients is just try to keep your credit as clean as possible. If you do fall into a circumstance, call and find out what it is that you can do.
Yes,
I think what you just said about discipline is so important to our culture, because we've gotten so accustomed and so spoiled to be able to eat out every day if we want to, or to pay someone to do our fingernails or our hair for us. And I think in this climate it's so important that we start to discipline ourselves and, go back to some of the old things that used to work, like cooking meals, making lunches.
Absolutely.
Having a little spa day with your daughters and painting their fingernails and stuff, and you would be surprised of how much fat you can actually cut out of your budget.
Absolutely.
By just being smart, just being wise with your resources. It goes a long way to just start to do some of those things for yourself.
I love it.
Absolutely.
That's why I tell a lot of people. Lately, I do a lot of studying and a lot of reading. It's a difference between investing your time and spending your time.
Come on. All right.
And you got to know the difference. When I study wealthy people and how they move and how they operate, they invest their time. They don't spend their time. We promote more investors. The world needs more investors, not spenders. If you define spending, it means to be wasteful. So with COVID-19, we're going through everything what we're going through. Invest your time wisely.
I like that, bro.
A lot of people like us, we time broke because we busy.
Exactly.
But you isolated at your home, invest your time wisely and look up the importance of inspection wisely. Get all the tools and material that you need before you get that home.
Yeah, I love that.
But I just had to speak on that.
So I'm gonna tell you, just going back to kind of what Miss Bridget and Miss Chantel was saying, being a little bit more disciplined with the money, and so last week, Sunday, I cooked the chili.
Okay.
Right? So
We didn't get an invite.
Wife wanted me to cook the chili.
That sounds good.
So I went to the store, y'all, and I remember I spent $26 on all the ingredients for my chili. We ate on that chili Monday, Tuesday.
You see that?
I took a break Wednesday. I didn't want to get bored with it. Took a break Wednesday. Went back to it Thursday. And Friday night I made Frito pies.
There you go.
We done.
That's it.
So that was $26.
That's right.
And that's the thing that I'm trying to reiterate, like Ms. Bridget said, as far as discipline. Some of the things that you can just actually do without. I mean, think about it. I mean, back then, if it worked, what you think about now?
It still works.
It still works. And then you find out, and then you be like, you know what, I really can't do without that, or I really didn't need that, or what am I trying to do? Am I impressing them or am I impressing me? Are you really happy with doing everything that you're doing, or are you basically looking good or smelling good or performing good for everybody else? Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel good. And once you do what you know to do that makes you feel good, you can figure it out later. You know what I mean?
Because it's like you saying, the outside, the outside it look real good, but what's going on the inside?
It's just, it's
bankrupting yourself. Bankrupting
Exactly.
And it's self-inflicted.
It is self-inflicted, though.
Yep, them choices.
Just basically live within your means. If there's nothing wrong with, quote unquote, your vehicle, drive your vehicle. You don't have to keep up with everybody else. If you have whatever you have, hey, just drive it. It's getting you from point A to point B. Now, like Ms. Bridget and Ms. Tracy them said, now if you staying in your house and you flashing and your house is not together, then there's some discipline issues. So you got to get that taken care of.
I'm gonna tell a story, guys. Sorry. So I have a buddy. He works for Beaumont PD. He's a great friend of mine. I remember 8 years ago, and he's gonna watch this and know I'm talking. He knows what I'm talking about, right? This brother had a 1995 Mazda 626. The car was basically falling apart, y'all. I'm talking about no rims. It was like the black wall tires. The paint was rusted. No radio on the inside. And it was a standing. I didn't know the windows didn't operate, guys, or anything.
Oh wow!
So he was blessed with some money. He went and purchased a home, and that little clunker sat in that driveway, right? So now the financial situation has changed. He now has some equity in his home. He's doing better. So he's able to go purchase a brand new car. Now that clunker was still sitting in the driveway.
Sacrifice.
So he called the junkyard and he sold it for scraps, the little car now.
Sacrifice.
Right? And when the car left, one of his neighbors came and said, man, I'm sure glad you got that eyesore out of this neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
And so my buddy's very, he's gonna articulate exactly how he feels.
Right.
And so he told that guy, man, this car has been with me through college, through the early stages of my career. You know, this car has been with me. So, you know, to everybody else, it was just a clunker.
Right.
But this was my vehicle.
Yeah.
But the moral of it was, man, instead of going and buy a new vehicle, which most of us do after college, I'm guilty of
It's
it.
in reverse.
My first purchase, and I learned better after reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, but my first purchase was a vehicle after college.
Yes.
My buddy took his money and went and bought him a house. He's able to build equity.
Yes.
That car is going to appreciate.
That's right.
The house is going to appreciate in value, right?
Yes.
And I mean, that's just a story since we're on the topic. Man, I'm so proud of him for doing it. I want, maybe somebody's in that situation.
And that's the thing. That's why I talk to a lot of people. I say you have to know the difference between liabilities and assets. 80 to 90% of the people in the world, they have more liabilities. They don't have no assets.
Facts.
We focus on assets, down to the money, down to the whys in our mindset. Strengthening that growth. Growth to personal development starts every day. Even though we're grown, you still got to grow your mindset. And I mean, like I talk to a lot of my mentors, coaches, you have to have a gold mind in order to discover the gold mine.
There, ooh, that's what's up. Okay, give it to me.
Wait,
That's
run it back,
twinkle. That's
though.
twinkle right there.
Run it back.
Yes.
Run it
You
back.
have to have a gold mine
Oh my.
A gold mine.
in order to discover the gold mine that you standing on.
That's what's up. That's true.
That is awesome.
Yes.
I need to read some of that good
I
stuff.
think we just get so caught up with the outward trappings of success.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
We get so caught up with the image of it.
Yes.
That we don't do
It's
the work to
illusion.
make sure that it's really solid because we
Yes.
want to look like we got it. And you know what? That's a trap.
But that's a good point that Greg made with your friend and his little
Yes.
clunker
Oh, yeah.
buying his house. One thing that we all growing up, you got to remember you can't lose sight of what carried you through.
Yes.
Whether it be whatever is in your life, whether it might be a person, maybe a car, maybe whomever that it may be, never lose sight of what carried you through. Always keep it here. His clunker, he basically worked his way through, and then when he felt the need to depart from it,
Yes.
he let it go.
And I'm pretty sure he was financially stable.
Absolutely. That means that when he got ready to get in that car and drive that car with that note, he wasn't crying like every month.
Oh, my
How am I going to pay this?
goodness.
Because he made himself ready for that. So that's what we try to encourage and give
Yes.
all of our clients, that mindset.
Very one
You know,
solution.
just work and work and work and get what you want. And then therefore you don't feel sorry for it later.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And another thing that I like to say, especially for people that are have two incomes in their household, to try to position yourself so that you're living on one of those incomes as much as possible, because we live in a world with so much uncertainty. You know, you good today don't mean you're gonna be good tomorrow.
Yes.
That's
So
right.
if you're buried in debt, you know, it can be just overwhelming when you have one of these little upsets in your finances.
Yes.
But if you've disciplined yourself, you know, you're not worried about trying to look like the biggest on the block,
Yes.
but you've built in a cushion for your household where you could float yourself 6 months, a year is ideal.
Yes.
Because we talk about them storms. They coming.
They coming.
They
They coming.
We had a client that Tracy and I closed on, and she called me a couple of days ago, and they're young,
Okay.
you know, And so she told me, she said, Miss Chantel, she said, you know, I'm getting all this mail in and everything. And you know, when you first buy your home, you're going to get a whole bunch of junk.
Always.
At every closing, I say the story. And I told her, she says, well, there's some stuff in here about life insurance, mortgage insurance and stuff. And I told her, I said, call Bridget. I said, because even though you're young, age has nothing to do with what the storms that's going to possibly come. You know, and even though, I mean, it's a 2-person income, and in the household and everything, but anything can happen. Anything can happen.
You said storms. That's Hurricane Laura, Hurricane Ike storms. And these are just the storms of life, right?
Exactly.
The storms of life will come. You know, and I blow Miss, you know, so I can personally attest, but I blow Miss Bridget up, guys. Man, I need to know Miss Bridget.
Exactly.
I need to know, like,
to the source.
And she she explains it to me as if I'm in elementary school, because that's how I don't know anything about insurance. Right. It's like a foreign language to me. And sometimes when Miss Bridget takes her time and she explains it, because I have to have a life insurance. I need to know if something happens to Greg. God forbid, if something happens to me, then my family is taken care of financially. Nobody has to struggle.
And
I'm big on
that's
that.
why I tell my people, the power is in the know, not to think you know.
And a lot of people are afraid to ask questions. Because they're afraid that if I ask a question, that's going to make me feel like I'm dumb and that I don't know anything. But you got to educate yourself. If there's no question that's a dumb question. If it's because of pertaining to your well-being and your family, ask questions, but make sure you go to the right source and ask your questions. Don't go to somebody else, because everybody's situation is different. Just like what's with credit repair, we actually have pros and cons, because we have a lot of people that say, oh, well, credit repair don't work, that's just a scam, you know, it doesn't help you, and you know, you can do this on your own, and so forth and so on. We've had several clients that have gone and tried to do it on their own, but then after a year later, they come back. Everybody needs help with everything. It's just a matter of how bad do you want it. If you want your credit fixed, nothing is free, guys. You have to pay for whatever it is that you want. Even if you go to Walmart and fill your buggy up to the top, you have to pay for those groceries before you leave out that store. So whatever that it may be, just get your mind frame set that you have to pay for it. And whatever that the cost may be, you can shop around, you can look around, but make sure you get all the information that you need. Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. Go to the right source. Make sure you're being referred to the right people. Look at their lives. Look at what they have going on. Make sure that if Miss Gilder's selling insurance, look at her life. Look at Greg. If he's doing inspection, like, okay, well, Greg, how many houses have you inspected? Do your research.
Please ask questions.
Absolutely, because that's the thing. You have to ask questions and be observant. Look about, see what's going on. Get out there. Like people say, be a little private investigator. Because you do it anyway, you do it for everything else. So why not be a private investigator for the things that you want? Just get out there, ask questions, think about it. Most importantly, pray about it.
Come on.
Pray and ask God to send you in the direction that you need to go, because that's the only source that it's going to have to come from is God. It doesn't. All of us here, we help us one to another because we all are a team. But at the same time, each one of us specialize in individual items that we do for the team.
And the magic word, I mean, by us creating, we see a lot of stuff that people deal with. The magic word is restoration.
All right.
Okay.
Restore. Something has to be restored in your life. Peter, it's not just about credit, it's about you restoring yourself. Like Romans, it has to be a renewal of your mind. The old you must die daily so you can discover the new you. Everybody is born with two of them. The old them and the new them.
It's about priorities too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What if you decide to make a priority in your life?
Man,
you know, is it important for you to have a home for your family? You know, is it important for you to, like you say, restore your credit? You know, restore your name, because your name is tied to your credit. Right. Because they say a person that doesn't maintain their credit is not a person of character.
That's what they say.
Your character is judged by your credit.
Right. And even when we were talking about that junk mail, people think it is junk mail and it's really not. Whenever you get those medical bills that come in that mail, pay $20 on it.
Call
something.
Just like I said, call.
Because if you don't, they're gonna put it on your credit. And so I try to stay on top of it, and it just so happened that I went in and checked on one of the things, and something got on there, one of those medical bills, so I had to go ahead and pay them $300 right quick. Hey, you know, well, how that slip by or whatever, whatever. But when it comes in, I either send them $20 or go ahead and pay it off. Right. You know, so just be mindful of that. And so we want to thank you for joining us. We love you guys. HomeOwnership Dream Team.
Yes.
See you later.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm Gregory Clark with Legendary Inspection Group. We're just a local home inspection company here in servicing Southeast Texas. So whenever you're ready, after you work with your lender and you guys work with your agent and you find a beautiful house and you're ready for me to go ahead and inspect it, just feel free to give us a call. We'll definitely come out as soon as possible and give you everything that you need regarding your home inspection. Thank you very much.
Smiles are contagious. First impressions are very important. A great smile says it all. At Beaumont, Texas Dental, we offer exceptional quality treatment, including general and cosmetic dentistry. At the dental practice of Dr. Kosher Shireen, we believe in timely appointments and the best service. So, give us a call. Your healthy and beautiful smile is our goal. We accept all major insurances.
Hi, I'm Bridget with the Bridget Gilder Insurance Agency, where my staff and I are well equipped to meet all of your insurance needs, from home, renters, flood, windstorm, auto insurance, commercial insurance, and more. We stand ready to help you get the best rates affordable in the area. Please give us a call for all of your insurance needs. Welcome back, everyone. We're so glad that you decided to tune back in with us. And we've been talking about the impact of credit and how it just affects every aspect of our lives. And Chantel was sharing a story with us.
We had, especially now with the uncertainty, everything going on with COVID, and as going through the home process, we always tell our clients, right before we close, we always do a soft credit pull. So we always tell our clients, hey, don't go out there and buy their refrigerator before we close. Wait till you get your keys. Don't go buy a car. We've had that happen plenty of times and stuff. So I had a client, we're closing on the home next week, and she had a 680 credit score. And right before here, we're about to close and stuff, and we pull on the background. It's called undisclosed debt report. In there, it showed that she had 2 medical collections. So guidelines means that once it shows up on that report, I have to re-pull credit. So here I am on a Friday after 5 o'clock, and I'm asking my underwriter and my processor, are you sure I have to re-pull credit? Yes, I'm positive you have to re-pull credit. At a 680, I was like, okay, you know, it's going to go down a little bit, but it's not going to mess her up to where she's not going to qualify. Obviously, she was getting down payment assistance. She's getting a grant. There's a minimum guideline credit score of a 620. I pushed the button, and my head dropped. She went from a 680 to 612. Oh, wow. I was done. Here we are, a week away from closing. And how do I explain to her? So obviously I hurry up and look and see what can I do as far as a rescore. You know, how much? Well, a rescore was going to cost her over $2,500. Oh wow! So we don't have the money, and we sure didn't have the time to be able to go ahead and get this done. Luckily, her fiance is on the loan as well, so we had to totally take her off of the loan. And just go ahead and put it on him, put him in there and stuff. And so, you know, now we have to clear the close and everything is good. Everything is awesome and stuff. But it was just that little medical bill from her having a baby. It was 2 little medical bills it was under $200.
I thought the medical didn't hit you as hard.
We don't have to count it as far as debt, but it's still
It depends on
It's right on your credit.
It depends on
Yeah.
the position on where they put it on your credit report. That's the catch.
Yeah.
If they put it out there like a debt in the item, yeah, it carries weight.
Yeah.
So it does kind of get shown.
And also what I'm seeing is due to COVID, I know Stacy in our last segment, Stacy spoke about forbearance. And I just want to touch on that a little bit because I'm getting a lot and seeing a lot of forbearance hitting people's credit. And so you just want to ask those questions like you said before. It's not about not asking. You want to definitely ask a question and everything because some of these mortgage companies, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to put it on the end. And it's hurting you. It's hurting you.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Food for thought, guys. Food for thought. A lot of knowledge has been shared. We thank you guys very much for tuning in. Feel free to support us on Facebook. Feel free, if you're in that home buying process and you want a trustworthy, reliable team, feel free to give us a shout. HomeOwnership Dream Team, Gregory Clark, Bridget Gilder, Tracy Conyers, Chantel Newman, Miss Stacy Lewis, and Mr. Raymond Lewis. And we thank you guys very much for tuning in, and we'll definitely see you next week.
Smiles are contagious. First impressions are very important. A great smile says it all. At Beaumont, Texas Dental, we offer exceptional quality treatment, including general and cosmetic dentistry. At the dental practice of Dr. Kosher Shireen, we believe in timely appointments and the best service. So, give us a call. Your healthy and beautiful smile is our goal. We accept all major insurances.
Sister Betty Moon at Christian Books, Supplies, and Gifts would like to personally invite you to come visit. Located at 120 Pine Plaza in Silsbee, Texas, one of the best kept secrets in Southeast Texas. Christian Books, Supplies, and Gifts. The Dream Team. The Home Ownership Dream Team. Tracy Conyers. Gregory Clark. Chantel Newman. Bridget Gilder. Raymond and Stacy Lewis. The Home Ownership Dream Team.